unto thee an iron pan, and set it for a wall of iron between thee and the city, and set thy face against it, and it shall be besieged, and thou shalt lay siege against it. This shall be the sign to the house of Israel, not to Judah, but to Israel. All right, now lie thou upon thy left side, and lay the iniquity of the house of Israel upon it, according to the number of days that thou shalt lie upon it, thou shalt bear their iniquity. And I have laid upon thee the years of their iniquity, according to the number of days, 390 days, so shalt thou bear the iniquity of the house of Israel. The house of Israel contains the house of Judah. And when thou hast accomplished them, lie again on your right side, and thou shalt bear iniquity on the house of Judah 40 days. I have appointed thee each day for a year. Therefore thou shalt set thy face towards the siege of Jerusalem, and thy arm shall be uncovered, and thou shalt prophesy against it. And behold, I will lay bands upon thee, and thou shalt not turn thee from one side to the other until you have ended the days of thy siege. Now, here we get interesting, okay? He says, now what I want you to do, I want you to take also unto thee some wheat, barley, beans, lentils, millet, finches, and put them in one vessel, and make you some bread or some food thereof, according to the number of days that you'll lay upon your side. 390 days shall you eat thereof. Okay? 390 years you're going to eat this bread. And thy food which you shall eat shall be by weight 20 shekels a day, and from time to time you shall eat it. And thou shalt drink also water by measure, the sixth part of a hin, from time to time shall thou drink. And thou shalt eat it as barley cakes, and you shall bake it. Now that word bake, that's the only place in all the Bible that word is used. It really means to mix. And you shall bake it with dung that comes out of a man. Now you're going to get all this good stuff. All this wheat, millet, beans, you got all the good stuff. Probably stuff there that Sister Deborah would just love to eat. But then you're going to mix it with man's dung. And for 390 years, you're going to eat it. Where? And Yahweh said, even this shall the children of Israel, not the house of Israel, the children of Israel, eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, where I will drive them. In a place that's not theirs. They're going to eat their defiled bread. Every one of us have done it. Now you can turn the TV on anytime, and you can find some preachers, and I'll guarantee you, you'll find a little bit of truth in most of them. Something. But just as soon as you get interested in something that they're talking about, bam, they throw some man's dung right there. Now you'll notice that he also said, oh, sovereign Yahweh, behold, my soul have not been polluted from my youth even up till now. I have not eaten that which dieth of itself, or is torn in pieces, neither came there abominable flesh in my mouth. What made this place so abominable? And some. Then he said unto me, Lo, I've given thee cow's dung for man's dung. Thou shalt prepare thy blood with it. Moreover, he said to me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight and with care, and they shall drink water by measure and with astonishment. Now, my opinion, you take that 390 days and you deduct each 40 days, you come up with that 350 years. Possibility. But he says Judah is going to eat their food and drink their water with astonishment. I mean, they're just plain not going to get it. For 40 years. I honestly don't know what 40 years that is. I honestly don't. I wish I did. I believe that I do have the truth about Israel. We all eat this is your food, this is your dinner, this is it. And we all eat it with man's dung. And even the one that I'm reading right here has got man's dung in it. And the one you're reading, there's still some man's dung in there. But the Spirit will guide you. You know, I often wonder, most everybody here knows that me and my wife were raised in a Pentecostal church. And we believed the things that they taught. You know, I eat it. Loved it. Sure of it. But when I was given more pure food, I wanted it. I went for it. But you go back and, I thought, I'm going back to my Pentecostal people. Now that the biggest thing that they always taught was the importance of using the name. The Pentecostal church we went to, they were called, some of them called Jesus only people, because they taught that you had to have that name. And so, and when I woke up and found out, hey, that ain't even the name, I'm going to go back and I'm going to tell some of my friends, and they're going to be just as happy as I am. Woo! They have acquired a taste for man's doctrine. They love it. You can acquire a taste in your body. All my friends, I was growing up, I'll wait until I get old enough, I can go down and buy a beer. I thought the same thing. Well, since I get old enough, I'm going down there and buying me a beer. Even before I was old enough, I went there. And I went in and I bought a beer. And I took a drink of that and I thought, whoa! That's the awfulest stuff I ever taste. I honestly asked him, man, if he'd bring me a glass of water. And he laughed at me. But you know what? After I drank a little bit, with my friends, drank it with them. You know, it wasn't long after that that my body started telling me, hey, that tastes good. And it still tells me that. It still tastes as ugly and as bad as it did the first time. But my body has decided that it's good. Mm-hmm. And it tastes good. I used to walk home with my buddies from junior high school. Want a cigarette? Well, okay. Give me a cigarette. Light it up. Well, I lit it up and I like started choking and wheezing. I thought, why in the world would anybody ever? Why would anybody do that? But you know, I was a little younger than most other guys, and I wasn't about to let them know that I wasn't going to smoke that thing. And it was not too much longer. It didn't take long until my body decided that it tasted good. And I didn't want to give it up. You know? That's the way people are today. You go out and talk to them and try to tell them and show them things. What are you talking about? I love what I've got. It works the same way spiritually as it does naturally. And I believe this is all about Israel. Like I said a while ago, not everybody agrees with me, and that's all right. I don't mind. It doesn't bother me. Unless you don't want to love Yeshua. That is bothers me. You don't want to be baptized in the name of Yeshua. It bothers me. If you think everything I've said tonight is a bunch of hooey, that's fine. You got it right. But think about it. In 1997, April, must have been almost now. This is April 30th, right? Boy, I sat down and I read this chapter. And Yahweh just opened it up to me. So what it was about, who it was about. I'd read it, I don't know how many times before. It meant nothing. But he opened it up to me. Here's what it is. I saw it. Wonderful. I couldn't wait. I got to the phone. Got Leo on the phone. Got Dan on the phone. Something gonna happen pretty soon. I just went back and checked. And the first English settlement here in this country was May 8th, 1607. And I sat down there and I added that 1607 and I added that 390. I said, you know what? And next week is going to be the 390 days. And I don't necessarily believe that 390 days from that date. But that town was called Jamestown, right? Which means Jacob. Right? There's Jacob right there. May 8th, 1607. May 8th, 1997. Nothing really happened except that we started hearing from people. We started getting in touch with people and telling them, you know, we thought we were the only people in the world that knew about Yahshua. We didn't even know about Yahweh. We went down to St. Petersburg and spent the night with my aunt, with my cousin, actually. Just a month or so before that, yes,